Part of our introduction to the USGS's Geographic Names Information System, you can follow a link on our week 13 on our class website, and that will take you to the query tool that's associated with this data. Elsewhere, there are other tutorials that will show you how to work with the data itself and download it in bulk. This brief introduction just shows you how to use the query tool, which is handy for answering just brief questions, getting information quickly to questions associated with points that are on this system. So as an example, let's just say we're looking for all of the mountains in Colorado that are above 14,000 feet in elevation. And what we'll do is you only have to fill in the fields that you want information for. In other words, you don't have to fill out the complete form. So for example, since we don't know the names of the mountains, we'll leave this feature name field blank, and we'll go to the state, and we do know the state, so we'll from the drop down select Colorado, and we don't have to worry about the county because there are going to be multiple counties, and actually the form will reset itself for you as you select some of these fields, and so it will present you with different fields to fill in as you go further in detail. So we'll leave the county field blank. The feature ID is another thing we don't know actually, but we do know the class. We're looking at mountains, or in this database they would call it summits. And as you can see, there are a lot of different feature classes that are associated with these data types. You can select more than one by holding your control key down, but in this case we're only interested in the summits. So we'll go over to that. And for the elevation, we want information that's higher than, and then we can select the value in either feet or meters, you'll notice. And we'll go ahead and select 14,000. And that's all of the information we need here, so we can go ahead and send the query. And here we go. We have a list here that shows all of the summits, and it is on more than one page. But these are all of the summits in Colorado that are above 14,000 feet. And here are the elevations. And notice you can sort this list. It's sorted right now from lowest to highest. We can switch that. Clicking on the elevation field. And actually it was sorted by highest to lowest. So now it's sorted from lowest to highest. So we can see that the Mount of the Holy Cross is the first one we come to, above 14,000. If we want to know what's the tallest mountain in Colorado, we can again sort that by elevation. And we can see the highest mountain is Mount Elbert at 14,426 feet. So that might make a good test question. You know, what's the highest peak or the top 5 peaks or something in Colorado? And notice again, it is on more than one page, but we can see there is a total of 50 because we're looking at rows 1 to 15 out of 50 here. And you can sort through all of those if you like. Or you can view and print all the information. You can save this information as a pipe delimited file, which is the same type of format that's used in the larger data set that we'll go over elsewhere. One of the problems I've noticed though with getting this, if you get this data like in this form, is that your latitude and longitude are not in decimal degrees, and that's kind of a problem when you're importing it into ArcGIS. So it can be a little difficult to get this particular data into the ArcGIS, which is why I suggest going ahead and downloading the files for the states if you're wishing to actually get GIS data to process. But again, this is real handy for getting just answers to some geographic questions that you might see on a test or that you might come up with.